So this is the Voice Caddie T9 golf watch. And it's Voice Caddie's response to the Garmin S62 golf watch, which we recently reviewed here on the show. Now the Garmin S62 is by far one of the most popular golf watches on the market. So in today's video, I'm going to take you out on the course with the Voice Caddie T9 watch and to see if this sleeper watch is better than the Garmin S62. So let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to do to play is you're going to swipe to the left and you're going to tap that green button. And right now it's going to be connecting to satellites. Now this can take anywhere from between 30 seconds to a minute for it to connect to the satellites. So once it connects to the satellites, it's automatically going to tell you what hole it's on. It already knows that I'm at Ken McDonald Golf Course and then I'm at the 10th hole. Now today we're playing the back 9. So it's really great how fast this is. It automatically knows and you don't have to mess around with like setting it all up. It's just ready for you to go play. So let's go ahead and hit that first shot.
Holy slip. That's okay. No, it's great. You went right towards that white stake.
Okay, it's on the fairway, it's all good. All right, so right now it's showing that I'm 72 to the front of the green. So I'm gonna hit a wedge. Try to bump it up. All right, so right now we're on the green, and this is what's really cool about the T9. As you guys can see, there shows you all the undulations. So right now it's showing the front of the green is at 9 yards, and then the back is at 20. Now we're already on the green, so that's okay. But like, if you tap this little plus button here, it zooms in on the green, and it shows you how it slopes from high to low. Now let's go ahead and putt this out and see what happens. But this is a huge, huge, huge upgrade that the Garmin does not have, and this is something that, you know, honestly just blows my mind, the technology here. Great way to start the morning, got a par. Now let's show you guys how this thing scores. So one really cool feature about the T9 watch is that once you're done, it automatically keeps score for you. And it reminds you, because when you walk off the green, it actually buzzes and says, hey, keep your score. So here I have 3 strokes and 2 putts, which is a par, and that's correct. Now if I want to change it, all you have to do is swipe like up and down. So here I'll go 5, yep, that's what I got, hit the plus sign, and then you're on to the next hole. Like, that's a really cool new feature of this T9 watch, and honestly it makes scoring really easy. All right, so right now the watch is showing 119 to the front. So I'm gonna hit a pitching wedge and see if I can get up there. And as you can see, the undulations, those arrows pointing down is actually the way the green's sloping towards the lake. So let's see if I can get this thing on. On the green, I'll take that. Let's see if we can putt. Can't miss those putts. Oh God. All right, I got a 4 in the hole. So I want to kind of show you the green view. Right now we're about 100 and I would say 30 yards out. 136 is where the back of the green is. 122 is the front. I just drove that button. See that little arrow at the 248? That shows you how far I drove the ball. So I hit that 248 yard drive, which is phenomenal. If you hit the plus sign, it's going to give you more of a zoomed in image of the green. You can see all these undulations, like how it goes high to low, so it's higher in the back, lower in front. If you tap the plus again, it even shows you even more. So that's a really cool feature with this T9. It's just how it shows you so much information. Oh, sand. Nothing like getting a recovery after hitting 2 in the sand to get a 40-foot putt. That's awesome. Let's go on to the next hole. So as you guys know, I've been a big fan of Voice Caddie for a really long time. We recently did the Swing Caddie SC300i launch monitor, and I think it's super accurate, and you know, anything that Swing Caddie makes is really top notch and cutting edge. So some of these other features of this watch, if you swipe down during play, it's gonna show you your stats for the day. And to get out of that screen, you're gonna swipe back up. So everything's swiping on this. There's only one button. Now if you swipe to the left, it shows you can measure the distance when you're on the green. I'll get that later on. If you swipe up, it's your options. You go back. And if you swipe to the left, it's gonna show you all the information for the next hole. So for example, on this hole, we're par 3, it's 225. Yeah, it's a long par 3, tell me about it. If I hit this little airplane, it's gonna do this really cool flyby. Check that out, that is sick. I mean, that's next level technology there. And then if you want to hit the plus button, it's gonna zoom in to the green, like I said earlier. And if you wanna get back out of the screen, you just have to swipe again to the left. Now here on the left, you see it's 239 to the back, 225, 227 to the middle, and 208 to the front. And then you can zoom out again and see it in this style too. So everything's swiping, touch screen, and really cool watch. Let's go ahead and hit the next shot. That's a tough shot. So here's a really cool feature I want to show you guys, how you can measure how far you are from the ball actually. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap kind of where we're at. Yeah, see, I knew I totally crushed that. So right now, that's showing 282 was that drive. That is insane. This new vented shaft that I got is amazing. We're about to do a review on it. It is an amazing shaft. So another really cool feature is when you're coming by your approach shot, you can tap the screen and you can kind of move like where you are. It will measure exactly how far you are. So if you kind of tap around, you can kind of move and it'll tell you. And that's kind of a cool new feature that I haven't seen in a while. So the exact measurement to where you think the pin is. It's a very simple way. It's having to scroll through menus like on the S12. Now the S62 does have the same kind of feature, but I think this looks really clean and nice. Heck yeah, I'll take that part any day. It's a hard hole. I'm really happy how I did. Got this new putter from Lab. It's awesome. Let's go on the next hole. So I really like the way the watch sits on my wrist. The strap itself is rubber and not plastic, so it's actually pretty comfortable. And as you guys can see, it doesn't really like block my movement of my wrist, which is a big thing because a lot of watches are too tight and it doesn't really fit well. So I think that's a really good plus to the T9. That I think you guys would like as well. So the way the T9 works is it measures your swing tempo. It's with both your forward and your backswing, and use that tempo to figure out whether or not you hit the ball, whether or not it's a practice swing, and that's kind of really next level technology that I really like. So right now, the watch showing 185 to the pin. I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty rangefinder that I always use to see if that number is correct. .184. Pretty darn close. All right, now let's go hit that shot. I really can't say enough good things about this watch. Now, if there was some negatives, one was I noticed when I hit the ball into another fairway, it was close to the tee box, it automatically thought I was playing a new hole, which was a hole I already had played. So I don't know if that's maybe a software update or just a feature that it automatically senses where you're at. It tries to do that. So it's a little annoying, but I mean, it's not a deal killer in my mind. So the shot, I just hit 279 that drive. So it's showing me I'm 51 yards from the hole. You guys can see it over there. Now this feature isn't allowed during tournament play, obviously, and to turn that off, it's really easy as an option there. You can turn it off if you're playing a tournament. But let's see how I do. I am the chipping king. Actually, I'm not. I need to work on my chipping. A little bit better. Oh, yes! This is crazy. This putter from Lab is the bomb. I've sunk now 2 putts today from like 20 feet away. Dude, the Mez 1 Max is it. All right, so when you're done playing a match, all you have to do is you're gonna hold this button here for about 2 seconds. And it's gonna say, hey, do you want to exit golf mode? You say, yep. I didn't hit shoot an 80 today. It assumed what I shot in the front 9, which we didn't do. But that's okay. And then now it goes back to your normal watch mode. In normal watch mode, this is your lock button. So if you tap the lock button, then you can actually start doing stuff. You can change like your settings, the touch lock, the lighting, that kind of thing. If you want to come on it, you push down, it'll connect you to your Bluetooth device. If you swipe to the left, it's gonna say how many steps I have. Now that's a cool feature. Showing I have 2,500 steps this morning. I walked about a mile, and I burn 100 calories, so that's pretty good. So I swipe back to the left, and then here's those modes earlier. Now here, start learning your tempo. You tap that tempo button, and then you can start recording your tempo for different shots for you. And then the watch uses that to figure out your shots and what you're hitting and how it automatically tracks it for you. Again, you unlock it. This shows our history of the golf. The green button again is a play, and then the orange is a settings. To be honest, I'm really blown away with the T9 from Voice Caddie. It's a phenomenal watch. Color display is nice and bright and crisp. It fits well on the wrist. I think the whole green system with the undulations and showing, like, I mean, that is next level technology that Garmin does not have at this time, or at least we haven't seen it yet. Now, in comparing it to the Garmin S62, you know, while I like the T9 a lot, I think the S62 is still my favorite watch. It's just so much easier to use. The T9 only has 1 button. The S62 has 3. And it just makes it so much easier to go through the screens. And I love the Garmin app, how it connects to all my Garmin products, as well as my R10. So in that regard, I think the S62 takes it over the T9, but the T9 is a phenomenal watch. If you're looking for some really cool technology, then the T9 is worth it. But if you want to see a review of the Garmin S62, the competitor to this watch, then be sure to check out the video right here where we go over all the features on the course. And I'll see you in the next video.